Sam, if you could have a billboard, what would it say?
Life is short, make it count.
What is the greatest lesson in leadership you've learned as an entrepreneur?
Greatest lesson. Oh man. Let's see. Greatest lesson as an entrepreneur in leadership, man. I mean, it's kind of just the way we were raised, but I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Like, yeah, if I'm asking you to do it, be rest assured, have already done it, and or I'm going to do it right next to you if I need to. So,
Great experience, a great teacher.
yep.
Okay. What personal characteristic has been pivotal to your success?
Just don't stop. I don't know what that characteristic you'd call it, but there's many days, many times that you want to just sit down and go, "Oh my gosh, what have I done?" Or I want to just quit. And it's like, no, you don't quit. There's no quitting. That's
I
that's
love that. Determination, stick-to-itiveness, whatever you call it, it's important. All right, I
yeah.
like to spice things up with a random question. So just tell me when to stop cutting the deck.
Stop.
All right, top question.
I love it.
Oh no, this is has never happened before, but this is literally the same question I asked on the prior show, which I recorded an hour ago. How would you like to spend your elder years? So I'm going to have to go to the second question. Uh, if you had only 5 more years to live, would you change anything about your life?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, yeah. One, I mean, I probably couldn't up my insurance any, so I guess that wouldn't matter. My family will still be very well taken care of in 5 years when I die. So I'd probably just quit everything, sell it all, and my family and I'd go travel the world until I kick the bucket. We go have a big time. That would be a great way
That's
to
a good
wrap it
point.
up.
If you knew you had only 5 years left, you really don't have to worry about running out of cash, do you?
No, no, man, hang it. Look, we're done. We're gonna go just rock it out for 5 years, and then when I'm dead, I know you got a life insurance policy to take care of you the rest of your life, kids and wife. So have a good time.
Love it. Now, hey, can you tell us one thing that investors can do to improve their business today?
Yeah, yeah, yes, I would say get outside of what the talking heads say on TV about economics, market, interest rates, and really get a firm understanding of what the debt, if you're coming in as an equity investor, what the debt looks like, who the sponsors are, what their track record is. Go to the asset itself. I mean, if you're going to put $100,000 into a deal, you better sure have been on an airplane ride and been to it and walked it and talked to the current people on the street. I mean, really spend a lot more time doing DD than I think what people are accustomed to doing.
Love it. Some sobering words and a very, very true. Yeah, make sure you know what you're getting into.
Very much so.
Can you name a book that's helped to forge you as a leader or an entrepreneur and tell us why?
Yeah, the top 10 mistakes leaders make by Hans Finzel's a great book. It's an older read, but certainly one that's worth reading about, where you learn a lot about organizations, you learn a lot about leadership. That's a great one. Or well, I guess you asked for one, so I'll stop.
No, that's beautiful. I love it. And one that I haven't heard recommended on the show before. So I may go out and check that out right after the show, as a matter of fact. Now, can you set us out with a quote to help forge our listeners as leaders and entrepreneurs?
Attributed to Einstein, it said, he said, that which counts, or that which is counted oftentimes doesn't count, and that which counts oftentimes isn't counted. And so carrying that as kind of a, again, a philosophy throughout life, it's make sure that you are spending your time on the things that count but can't be counted.
Yes, coming from a background in empirical and computational science, I want to say that I think the more you learn about numbers, the more you learn that it's really the qualitative understanding, it's the intuition you build from all of that that matters. Can't say it any better than the man himself, Albert Einstein, probably the smartest man ever to live.
Right.
Uh, I don't know who I'd say is number two, but definitely he makes my list of a number one. And creativity too. I mean, yeah, if you can be that smart with numbers and at the same time be creative enough to imagine what it would be like to run at the speed of light, then I predict you'll probably do well in any field, including physics.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. I just finished listening to an introduction to quantum physics. And of course, he's quoted quite a bit in there, which is just a fascinating thing. I mean, in the theories and the things he was coming up with now 110 years ago, it's like that guy was way ahead of his time.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I love it. Well, for those of us who want to reach out to you, email, website, carrier pigeon, or smoke signals, what is the most effective medium?
Morse code. Um,
Okay, good, good.
No, I'm kidding. Most effective medium, although I would learn to love Morse code, I think it'd be great, is
Yeah.
Sam at Bricken Investment Group. That's BRICKEN investmentgroup.com. Sam at brickeninvestmentgroup.com. Shoot me an email there. You can go to our website, but as you've probably heard here on this show, we're not raising a whole lot of capital. We do have room for private lenders on very specific deals. That's something, you can reach out to me, get put on our email list, and we can talk about that if that's something that's of interest to you. But the best way, again, is just to shoot me an email. You can go to our website, but there's really not a whole lot there that other says, hey, thanks for visiting, and here's the podcast episode. So that's the best way. Shoot me an email.
All right, love it. Well, thank you so much, Sam. Beautiful and insightful interview. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your knowledge and experience with our audience.
George, thank you so much for having me on. This was an absolute blast.